Welcome, adventurers, to another episode of MAFC's Creators Crucible.
Man,
Ren's got something crawling on his shoulder already. I am your host and guide through this madness, Tim, with my forever partner, Stel.
what's up, everyone?
And we have B1 with us, the infamous Renato. Renato, how are you, buddy?
Doing all right, guys. How are you all doing? How are you all doing
Good.
this evening?
Good.
Yeah.
Enjoying my limoncello curtains? I hope you
I
are.
love them. I thought we found another portal into the 50s.
That's exactly what happened. The Crucible brought me back from the 50s. I had to bring these curtains with me.
The glasses gave it away too.
Mm-hmm.
Stel, how are you, buddy?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, enjoying that new intro, guys.
Yeah,
I'm really loving it.
Like it?
Really like it.
We owe a huge thank you to the incredible professor. He never lets us down. Yeah, Gordon is just wonderful. So without him, I think we'd all be lost, and we would definitely not have really cool eye candy for this show. So let's get into it. Renato, how was your past weekend?
Fun is an understatement. Exhilarating is an understatement. It was. I'm still on cloud 9 right now. It's Tuesday, and I'm still pumped about what we went through this whole weekend. Although it does feel like
Tuesday?
a week.
It's Tuesday where you are?
It's Tuesday.
It's Saturday morning for me. I don't know. See,
that's right.
These portals open up, and this is what happens, people. I'm telling you.
It's very true. I don't know.
We don't even know where we are. Look at it. Look at this background. We're in space right now, guys. We're just.
Do you? What day is it for you, still?
Huh? Any day that you want. Saturday. Saturday.
It's been a long work week. But you know what? I'm still pumped about what happened last weekend. It was an amazing time we had at the Maryland Toy Expo.
Yeah.
This is the second time that I've helped the team out. Last November was the first time, but it was different because last time we didn't have any product to sell.
Right.
So we were showing the what do you call those? The painters model? The
check models.
The check models, yes.
Yeah.
We were showing the check models. And that's a completely different, ball game. You're there with a different purpose. But here, man. So, the show started at 8. It was early. It was the early bird hour, and within literally minutes, we had a whole line just bum rush.
Right on. Table. That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yep.
Were they all running? Were they all running for the specific figure, or is it just?
I mean, for sure, yes. It was the 2 slates, but I'd be lying if I'd say that was it because everything else was getting picked up.
Nice.
So the first few folks, they knew what they were getting, but then they were there just kind of looking at every figure, picking it up, putting it in their bags. So we had the big bags for the large hauls and then the smaller bags. And at first, it was all big bags. I mean, just getting filled up. Yep. And so we probably got maybe 2 or 3 waves of those. And I remember I was looking to Chris and we're like, oh man, is it 9? What time is it? And it wasn't even 9 o'clock, which is the general admissions. It was maybe 30 minutes had passed, and we were already restocking items. So yeah, it was incredible to see that.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
So that set the tone for the whole day.
So basically, what you're saying is, when you go to the conventions, don't dink around, and you better, if you want something, you better get over there. Got it.
That's what it sounds like.
10-4. Thank you.
Ren, let me ask you, the convention itself, how is the convention? Is it comic books and toys? Is it mostly toy focused? I know it's a pretty big one because from what I heard, there's a couple of halls that they have, or
Yes.
rooms that they get. So
Right. So they have the exhibition building and then the 4-H building that they call. So there's two different buildings. They're like on opposite end of each other with like a huge parking lot in between.
gotcha,
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of toys. It is definitely a toy expo, toy convention.
gotcha.
I don't. My only other experience is Awesome Con, which is primarily comic books, like graphic novels, things of that nature, Funko Pops. But here, like, yeah, the overwhelming majority are a bunch of toy vendors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, with that being a 1 day event, do you have enough time to venture both? I was going to say that sounds like a lot. If you're
You're gonna be
Yeah.
running. Yeah.
So last oh you, well, when you say you, I'm assuming you mean a general you, or
Yes.
like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly,
That's what he
exactly.
meant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's not, the buildings are big, but it's not, they're not like Awesome Con big, like the convention centers. They're still a good sized building. You can get through it, but you would have to walk a fast pace. Like, you can't just, meander for like 15 minutes and expect to hit every booth. I think you're going to run out of time.
Gotcha, gotcha. It sounds like,
So
yeah, it sounds like it's a lot, especially if you're really just going to crate dig and do all that.
Yeah. I
Um,
I am curious though, why is it's just a 1 day, because
yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
too
I didn't.
familiar with any other cons that are
Right.
1 day.
there's quite a few toy shows that are like that actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're usually just toys though, It's
Gotcha.
not
Yeah.
it won't be anything like pop culture or, comic. I mean, some people might have comic books, but
Yeah.
usually the toy shows around here are 1 day. Um, so
Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to say the South Carolina show is the whole weekend. Heroes Con is the whole weekend. So, um, it's just weird that this one's just a 1 day event, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah," and there's two different halls for it. So I'm like, "Wow, that's that sounds like a lot." But it's great to hear that you had a lot of fun with that. It's awesome to see too, with the product being at the show, how much how different it is from just kind of going and trying to get the word out and all that. So
It's
that's cool to hear.
definitely, it sets a different tone to why we're there. At first we're just there with the models and trying to talk to the folks about what the line is. And don't get me
sure,
wrong,
the
we
awareness, right?
we had to do that this time,
Yes.
but because
Yeah.
there were still newcomers and folks like that. But albeit we also had another section, and it was only three of us actually. So, trying to handle that with talking to new folks and then trying to sell, yeah, it became a very busy day. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
That's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, what was your highlight? Was it the romantic dinner that you had with Chris and Rob? We saw the photo.
I got to room in with Chris, so that's where all the romance took place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
Well,
on.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
the let's see, the highlight, you know I found it very really cool that we had some folks come in 2-3 times to our table. uh they didn't know like what to get. They were so excited about it, and then they would walk out and
Sure.
try to think about, okay, which purchase should I go for and all that. They would come back, look at it again, and then leave, and then come back, and then they finally make their decision. And I say that because it's just, it shows, there's like, people are excited about it, right? They're committed. They want it. They want to get, what they want to get, and they're like looking to see like what is it that they want.
Mm.
um you had some fathers that are getting it for their kids, so that was pretty exciting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about high. I mean, the highlights just really, it was that 8 to 5 just being there. being able to talk to all the different fans out there and non-fans alike, like not folks that weren't like aware of
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Savage Crucible. Yeah,
Sure.
and right there on the spot, they were like, "Okay, I'm gonna get this."
Yeah, right on. That's very cool. Well, I'm glad that you had a good time.
Yes.
Yeah,
and clearly you were lucky enough to grab the Shadow Slate,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't even have yet.
Yeah. Me
Stell,
neither.
do you have one?
No,
you
not
don't have
yet.
one yet? No, yeah, me neither.
I
Well,
have three
it's
of these guys. I told Rob to don't
Yeah.
worry
Thanks
about
for
Tim
sending
or
me and Tim one.
Stelios.
Thanks.
I told Rob don't
he
worry
opened
about
them.
theirs.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what he did.
Yeah.
Those are there, right there, Stell. That's ours. Look
That's
at him.
right.
He's
Yeah.
licking them.
No,
Now,
it can't be. It's not yours. I've marked it.
Definitely send that one to Stell. For sure.
Prelude.
Yeah, this
No.
guy, man, this guy is amazing. Is just so. Pictures, videos don't do it justice, especially with like my crappy lighting here in my kitchen right now. It's from the 50s,
well,
so you're not gonna, you can't get really good lighting here. But when you have it in hand, the purple, it's just that plum purple definitely pops.
Yeah.
And the mouth, not like unlike the previous slate, it's just that shine, that metallic. I mean, I don't even want to call it metallic, but it's just, I don't know if you can see it.
And there's a wash in the mouth, right?
Exactly. There is a wash.
Wow.
There is a wash, and it's perfect. I love this. For me, this one edges that out. Plus, you get two swords, and the swords already have, as was discussed in the stream last week, it's silver. So I mean, you can just have a little paint on the handle there, and you'll be fine. But even then, like, I don't know if I'd want
right,
to
and that's
these.
if you want to do it right, and that's if you wanted to do it.
I don't
right.
like. I don't see myself touching this at all. This is perfect the way it is.
Not really.
The sword? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You'll just leave it.
I like it. I
you know
really
what?
do.
I'm gonna give Stell a chance to tell you what I'm gonna do with mine.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Dip that in Newland oil all day long.
Okay.
Newland oil.
Cover the earth in Nullen oil. That's right.
Do like a whiskey commercial.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it will be our secret.
I don't always shade my pieces, but when I do,
right? Yeah, but when I do,
I remember. I think maybe 2 years ago when you guys had that first MAFC tutorial video with Nikki, and she was painting that orc head.
No, that hasn't happened yet. That hasn't happened yet. That's in the future. Remember those damn portals. So when that happens, go on. No, look at Ren's like, I don't understand this, man.
Why did I agree to this?
What I was gonna say, I was gonna say is like,
never.
Remember you guys talked about Nolan oil, and I was like, what the hell are these people talking about? Because I had no idea about paints. Like I didn't know what that what that meant. So I was like, is this some type of like cooking oil that you guys are using or whatnot? Yeah.
No, it's made from unicorn tears. And that's why there's no unicorns out in the wild, because they're being used to create Nolan oil.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
No, yeah, that stuff is great, and we'll definitely do a show or an episode where we kind of go over some Nolan oil goodness.
Hell yeah! So tell me, were the MAFC parts out? Did you guys?
No.
Did you guys bring any of those?
To my knowledge, no, because
really?
I didn't put those out, so I don't believe they were there.
Oh, right on. Oh, you did all the setup.
I did all the setup. So and
did you pose the figures?
Yes, I posed every single one of them.
Yeah, better.
I say I know. I say that because we were definitely running short on time, and I was. I did not know what to expect at 8.
That's fair.
I was rushing through those paintmasters, and I was like, oh gosh, yeah.
I think Stell and I learned that when we did PowerCon, because everyone after that, like especially like LA, we were there like 2 hours before they opened. We just like got coffee and breakfast and
just chilled over there.
slowly
Met the
set up.
figures
It
a
was
little bit.
nice. Yeah.
Well, it was
really
also
nice.
different because that was the first, in hand figures like we were able to get. So, it was
right.
It was like, we got to mess with them a little bit before we, do the whole setup and all that stuff. So I believe
There
that would
was
be the
definitely a
same
lot
with
of
that wave
fun.
too. And seeing those figures, even
Oh
though they
yeah,
are
man.
models, paint masters,
Ren. Getting to hold and touch Who-Man and Nasorn.
Nasorn. Is it Nasorn or Nashorn?
Nashorn.
Nashorn, yeah.
Well, then we'll have to tell some folks that it's Nashorn. Yeah, I absolutely love Nashorn. Nashorn's going to be my favorite of the wave for sure, by far. There's no doubt about it. That with the packs, these different types of head sculpts that he comes with, and
did you look at the severed head? Like the accessory?
The head hook? The head hook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The head hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna have to get a few because I'll have to want to customize and have it for like a Lemurian head and a Piranoid head. Yeah. Oh, that has to be an MAFC part for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
That's actually a very good point.
That is a good point. Well, again, it's all gonna come down to what people, if this is successful, definitely
put in your orders, guys. I've been, everyone at the booth, I made sure to show the head hook. Yeah. Well, even the little ones running away, running around.
Yeah. So, obviously when this airs, hang on, so I'm sorry. Obviously when this airs, the sale will already be active. So depending on what people were able to get, the limit for the Shadow Slate, I don't know if that's been mentioned yet or not, but obviously there are limits. The Savage and regular Slate, if he even has any. I don't even know if he will or not.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. I honestly haven't asked him.
We're in the future now, and we don't know what happened.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I don't know why.
What are you talking when this airs? Isn't it airing right now? Isn't this live?
In some dimension, it is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, it will all come down to how successful this is. But where I was going was, I like that you get, there's 4 heads to choose from. So if you can get 5 shadow slates, you can then buy the 4 heads, and you've got 5 different shadow slates that are different already right there.
Exactly.
Done. Yeah. Before you even add any paint, if you choose to do that, yeah, I cannot wait to get mine. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, and those parts look great, and I love the silver on those weapons.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, because I mean, obviously, some of those weapons you can only get with characters. Como sword, Nin. So definitely a must to get those, because man, I'll repaint the hilt no problem and keep that really gorgeous silver on the blade. Absolutely. And then, not to mention, I'm so glad I didn't express this before, excuse me, in the other video, but that necklace, I am so freaking happy about that necklace. It's a tiny item. I get, probably most people don't care, but man, I fucking love that thing. I do. I love little stuff like that. And I honestly don't think that we have enough necklaces for any of our characters. I mean, Super 7 Conan came with the wheel, and there's a couple that did, but even Dritz, Hasbro's Dritz, he had one. But man, I love that kind of stuff. I really
Yeah.
want to deck, like don't get me wrong. I love the armor. I love being able to have all these different looks, but to me, it's those little things
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
that
definitely.
can
Same here.
For
really
sure.
set a figure apart.
Mhm.
It's the
Yeah.
tiniest thing when even comes down to a necklace. It's like, man, I love that.
Oh yeah.
And then the shredded or ripped tabard, man. And it looks like it will fit, like the color schemes match perfect with that
Yeah.
shadow slate.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I believe it is the
Brilliant.
same as that color blue, or no? Like pretty close too, right?
The blue
I
the
With
have
the
blue
no
one?
loin
idea. I
piece.
don't have either
I
one.
think.
The
Yeah.
loincloth.
Yeah, the loincloth
Is
piece.
it the
But
Oh,
same? Is it?
the loincloth is blue? I always thought, oh, maybe my eyes played trick on me because I thought it was like even a darker purple.
you
Oh,
would
I
know
guess it
better than
was.
us. I'm just
Well,
that's
yeah,
how it looks to
you're
me. Yeah.
hope. Yeah, you're
To
gonna have to
me,
tell us.
this is a very dark purple. Borderline
Like
dark blue,
who
but
was it that had the purple one? Was it the
the
Shadow
slate,
Slate? Yeah,
Yeah,
the Slate
the
original.
regular slate. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, the slate has this purple one.
right.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there, yeah,
So, but my point is, I really love those colors
Hmm.
of the lighter blue
yeah,
on
Right.
that. It will match perfect with the shadow slate skin. It will make it pop so
Hmm.
much.
yeah,
That's fantastic.
And
Just
those
gorgeous.
and like like Ren said, and we said in the previous episode, like those weapons too, just coming in that color. Um, you really just don't even have to do anything to them. I mean, they're pretty much ready to go. And
Yeah,
it's a
if you
great
don't want
option
to.
too, for
right,
anybody that didn't want to, if they felt like the character pack was a little too much, they don't want to have all that stuff, but they really like the weapon that was in that pack, then, they have the option of getting that weapon, or whatever, so
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get some of those. I'm excited
I
to,
think I think maybe the next video we should have a painting academy and we'll go over
I
just
think
the
that's a
eyes and the
great
mouth.
idea. Yeah, I think that is a very good
That
idea.
way, you know what I
don't
mean?
forget
That way
about
we
the
can.
box too. Look at
Oh,
that.
don't even get me
Yeah,
started on that.
Look at that.
yeah, we're going
Look
to
at
get to
that.
that because,
That packaging is phenomenal. But well, let's just
Yeah.
go right into that. Let's bring
yeah,
that
I
back
mean,
up.
so you brought it
That's
up.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, that is it almost has this like 3D look to it, like it's like
Well,
I
purple
think
gives
it's because the dark purple
mm-hmm.
it just highlights it, so it
Right.
does give that impression. Yeah, it is amazing. I
yeah.
love
Well,
this
and
packaging,
the
and
Lemurian that's like up in the
right,
corner. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is
and here
absolutely
too.
stunning.
You
Yeah,
can
look at
see
that.
it right there. So like it's cool too because I'm gonna end up putting these boxes on my shelf. And when you put them all together, I don't know if you saw online, Junkion had posted
Hmm.
that picture with his whole wave. I mean, this just stands out so beautifully. Like it's
Yeah.
a nice end cap to
Mm-hmm.
the wave,
Mhm.
So I'm wondering, how many, for every wave, are we gonna have an end cap like that? That would be killer.
What number is it?
9. I have
Look at
the
him. He was like, you know, should we strip him of his title of Queen B1?
what is it going to be now though? That's the thing. It's like he's not the queen bee one. Wench, we already know he's a slate whore.
We all are. Let's face it. We all are. We're Lemurian whores. Anyways, yeah, let's we'll probably do a video if people are interested for the non experienced painters. We'll do something simple. We'll just like we'll set it up this way right now. If you're watching this and you want to partake in paint alongside, go pick a type of paint you want to get a really small brush. I would recommend something. What is this guy? 10/0. So
Zero.
yeah, I think it's a spot or two. That will do. As far as a brush, paints Citadel. could would you guys say that they could probably get away with like Walmart paint if they're just doing the eyes and the mouth? Because some people might not want to invest in a
Right.
bunch of paints, and I get
Right.
that.
I
But
would. You can finish what you have to say, Tim.
well, I was going to say, but for something as simple of, if they go to My Action Figure Customs, right, and they get the 4 heads, and they're like, I want to do bare minimum, right, just enough to make it like stick out that they got painted eyes and teeth, whether they have the articulated jaw or not. I would say like get a tan for the teeth, just so it's not bright white, and then pick whatever color you want for the eyes, and that could be orange, yellow, green, red, blue, whatever you want. It's your custom, right? Get it ready. You've got time. We'll be back in 2 weeks, right? We'll do this, and people can watch the video. We'll all paint. We'll just do eyes, something simple.
Yeah.
And
Paint
on the
simple.
But that's my point. See, this the color of the skin's already there. So you get a small brush and you just fill it in with a solid color.
Right.
If someone
if you're doing a solid color, then it's not an issue. Yeah.
Exactly. It's
True.
the easiest thing for anyone to do. You don't have to give them pupils if you don't want. You can. It's again, that's the beauty of these. It's your custom, and you can do whatever you want with them. But
Ren's ready to find the G spot.
Those glasses are they do you wonders, my friend. So, pick a color that you want, and I mean, if you want them white, or you can get an off-white color, and we'll do the teeth like that. I just think it would be great that it'd give people a chance to customize their MAFC parts and have something completely unique for their shadow slate.
I think that's a good idea.
There are good websites out there that you can buy, because that's kind of how I started. And I went to website. I didn't go to Walmart to get the paints, only because I always heard it's a little bit harder. You got to really water it down, and that also kind of takes another technique to master, because I don't know. For me, I can't like.
Okay, if I would agree with that. I would agree with that 100%, Ren. If you were doing large areas,
large areas are
remember, we're just talking about filling a little tiny eye hole.
Oh, that's fair.
And doing some teeth in the inside of a mouth, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
I would imagine that they could probably use apple barrel or whatever the hell it's called, and whatever craft paint.
Yeah, if we were going into doing detailed eyes and pupils, I would say you want a good quality paint, because with the higher quality paints, you're paying for the pixel amount that's in the paint. So those smaller paints have a high pixel amount. So when you actually paint something, you get a better coverage. Whereas with the craft paints, you don't get as much coverage because of less pixels in the paint. So when you're doing something,
if it comes down to
eye, then,
if you want to do a solid color, you can pick up this. You can pick up a Micron 005, and then you can just draw in the line for the lizard eye if that's what you want to do. This is just another tool that someone can do to step up their game in customizing on a simpler level. Obviously people that are the tip is, I mean, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, it's super tiny.
Yeah, it's very small.
You can't. It's so small.
Yeah, just make sure it's the felt tips.
Yeah,
because those don't dry up or anything.
Yeah, and I mean, it's simple. So we'll just do something like that for everybody if everyone's interested, and if they're not, they can skip that episode. But they'll miss some goodies if they do. Anyway, so yeah, we'll do something like that, and I mean, that works for me. So anyways, let's get back to the show. Sorry, everyone. We drifted ashore for a moment.
This is good stuff.
Well, you know, I mean, it just hit me. It was like, you know,
Mhm.
that's something that we should probably do to help people that want to do
Mhm.
something like this
Right.
that have never painted before. I mean, I've got a couple of different craft paints over there still. I'll use one of those and do something, you know, make it work. What was that still?
I got MAFC parts over here.
Oh
Just
yes.
waiting for some
Yes.
paint.
Yeah.
And the
I hear
nice thing is, you know, the kind of what sucked up, you know, up until we had the last episode with Rob, and you know, he did the announcement for my action figure customs. Is, you know, we were like, we wanted to kind of get excited and talk about painting these things and this and that, but you know, we hadn't made the announcement yet. But now, you know, Rob's finally made the announcement, and now it's like, oh my god, you know, it's just like a
hmm
floodgate of ideas, you know, that have just been
Oh
sitting,
yeah,
just
because
brewing, you know, like, you know.
right.
So,
All
oh
these
yeah, look
all
at that.
these
That's the
all
execution
these
right
old
there.
parts. Yeah, all these old parts. I'm gonna do an executioner Lemurian. I think
Damn.
I might sculpt a hood.
Oh, that'd be pretty
Hey
sweet.
man, you
That'd be
know,
pretty sweet.
I don't really care for the sculpting, the hand sculpting personally. I'm not really that good at it, but maybe if I continue, yes, I have mine. That's another Lee piece that I
That's a freaking
absolutely
Lee
love,
masterpiece right
and I
there. This
can't
one
wait to
too.
yeah, I can't wait to give it to a Lemurian to be
Lemurian Shaman coming up.
chief and exactly. So yeah, if you guys have some of the older MAFC parts, they definitely work with
Mm-hmm.
Savage Crucible, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I've been busy.
Damn.
Mhm. Man, I'm so bummed I missed out on that site. That
Oh,
site is so
sorry.
wicked. Little. That's
That's
Well,
so
yeah,
awesome.
love it. Love it.
I've got
Yep.
two. Boy,
Oh, what, you're sending me one?
I'm all kinds of backwards. What'd you say?
You're sending me one?
You must have been driving through a tunnel. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah,
So,
right.
anyways, moving forward. But yeah, let's I mean there's lots of really cool MAFC parts that you can use
Hmm.
with the Savage Crucible. I'm definitely excited. I've got so much stuff I want to incorporate into my is that your boy?
That's my boy running upstairs.
Is that,
Yeah.
yeah?
Mom.
Oh,
He's about to jump into the bath. So
Right on.
nice.
yeah.
Good deal. Is he going to take the Lemurians in there?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's been playing with them. He's been playing with them. Actually, yesterday we were laying down watching some TV, and I had this guy with the two swords. I was just posing him, trying to figure out for a future picture and all that. And I fall asleep with this guy on top of me. And my son comes over and just he drapes a blanket all over the both of us, over the both of us. He's like gosh, yeah.
He doesn't want him to get cold.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very sweet.
I mean, you know how they're cold-blooded creatures, you know, so they need the heat.
This is true.
So
So
Ren,
yeah,
what is your favorite figure now with the Shadow Slate kind of being introduced and all that?
Como.
Everyone who asked me at the I'll cover this part. There we go. Everyone
Yeah.
who asked me at the convention, I had to now say Nin and Como were my two favorites.
Simp, dude, you're a simp. Tim
I
got you to sit. No.
No, it's hard to deny it. It really is hard to deny Como's face sculpt. That
Yeah.
face sculpt is a work of art. And the paint application on that thing with the blue stripes, it just the feet. And I've talked to you about this, Tim, before. I love Como's feet. I think those are my favorite.
I do too,
amongst
actually.
it, yeah.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think they're great.
I really like that combination, but Nin, I don't know, something about Nin just speaks to me as well. So, but now you're talking about the Shadow Slate. I mean, I'm not gonna go to the default. Oh man, this is my favorite. I will say this guy edges out the previous slates.
So that's
It
now your
edges out.
favorite. That's now number one
For slate, yes,
for the whole line.
undoubtedly.
For the whole line, that's number
Saying
one.
the slate
Love
wise,
it.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, for
non-main character, I got you.
right. So for me, it's just as far as builders go, this purple, I gotta, like I said, you have to have it in hand. And I'm sorry for
Right.
you two guys that I got
Honestly,
your
I want to
Shadow
get it in
Slate.
hand because of that loin piece now.
Should
You
be-
got me like
should be
thinking, is
sorry.
that really purple or is it just like that dress? Is it blue or is it whatever the other color was?
I'm sure they're gonna say it's blue because now that I think about it, well, no, that's I don't know. It's hard to say. Like for me, I don't know. I always call these purple.
Ren, you're welcome. We've just found out you're colorblind. You can thank the Crucible for that.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised.
This gray lizard is great.
Can you imagine? Is this an artist-proof lizard?
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Wow, man.
Yeah. No, it's just the purple, man. The purple. It does it for me. And worry not, those ankles. I can't move them because they're that stiff. They're
Nice.
Yeah, you can. They're nice and sturdy. I mean, they're very sturdy.
Yeah.
How's the new ankles and the feet and all that?
Yeah, so my understanding is that what they've done here has just been the ankle part. The full solution to the feet have not been introduced yet. That's
Right.
still being worked on, right?
That-
So for
that-
anyone who
right.
gets the Shadow Slate, it's just the ankle part, and you're going to notice a big difference. So much so
Nice.
that I really I had to put force on it to articulate the ankle. They're now very very sturdy.
Cool.
I mean, personally, I didn't have that much of an issue previously because I set them up, with wide stances or like on flying poses.
Right. Yeah. I don't have any of my Lemurians standing straight up.
Right, as straight at ease. But yeah, I to me, you know what this one is missing, which we're going to get in the MAFC part. The one thing,
the articulated tail.
I can't wait.
Indeed.
I'm going to be getting as many articulated tails as I need to have all my slates with those. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I want many articulated tails as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea how the sail is going to be set up, but
that's why my wife married me, because of my articulated tail.
Yeah, right. Anyways, so what else was there anything else you wanted to talk about with the show or the slate, the Shadow Slate?
The show, it was a success, guys. I don't know what else to say. That show was a tremendous success.
Well, that's good to hear. Were there people dressed up?
I saw Snake Eyes.
Oh,
but
really?
He didn't come to our table.
No?
I don't think I saw anyone else actually.
I think Gandalf to come at our table.
What's that? I
said we got Gandalf to come at our table. You remember that one?
Yeah, but when we were in Michigan, the bad guy from Karate Kid, the teacher, right? I can't remember his name.
You're talking about the actual actor, right? Yeah,
the actor. Yeah, he was actually standing at our table, and he was looking at them all, and I'm like, I looked up, and I'm like, I realized who it is, and I'm like,
damn,
holy shit! And he's like, these are fucking badass, and I'm just like, oh my god, thank you! And I'm like looking over at Rob. They'll be like, do you see this? Like, look who's standing at our table.
That
like,
awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Should have gotten a picture with him or have him like hold the test model.
Dude, I was like, I can't believe
he's like frozen,
staring at him. You know what I mean? Like, I watched this guy, I don't know how many times. I've seen Karate Kid too much in the '80s, and
I'm surprised the table was intact.
What's that?
I said, I'm surprised the table was left intact. Well,
These are fucking awesome. How?
right.
That was it. Done. Over with.
Oh
So,
man, that's great. Cool.
no,
Cool. That's awesome to hear, man.
We've had some interesting cosplayers come up to the table for sure. We had Warduke and Gandalf and remember those Star Wars droids?
I was just about to say those these guys that had made these like Star Wars droids that were actually like like they move and stuff, and it was they were really cool. They actually had cards too that they made to look like legit.
I still have. Yeah. I have mine. Yeah, I love that.
Somewhere.
Yeah, they were
cool stuff, man.
Really cool cosplayers.
The coolest part about going to these shows too is to see like all the cool cosplayers and all the cool stuff that you can run into and see. Freaking Rob, what did he buy? He bought like the freaking like this life-size gremlin doll.
Oh right, that was yeah.
So it's always cool to see. Like I think it was like a prop or something, but it's always cool to see what you can run into to these shows.
I will say that's like my next dream is to be able to run one of the 3-day shows, because I feel like one day it's like
that's really a dream.
Yeah. For me, are you kidding me? To be with you guys.
Right on.
Yeah, are you?
Fair enough. Right on.
Man, you're shitting me, man. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, it's just the fun.
Watch, he'll do one, Stella, and he'll be like, mm-mm.
Yeah, we'll be like, I can't make that one. No.
Fair enough. I have that effect on guys.
No. Just because it's 3 days of it, that's what it is. It's
Oh, really? You guys don't?
Yeah. Well, people probably don't realize like that tower is, that takes time to put up, and nothing that we do except for laying the tablecloth over is easy. That's the only easy thing is the laying the tablecloth over the table,
steaming it.
Because was that easy for you?
I got that privilege. Yeah.
To steam it, yeah. So, but then we're attaching the lights and and we're just everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
It's a good amount of time and setup. So. I mean, for when we hear that people love the booth so much, it makes it worth it. It really
turns heads. It turns heads for sure.
Oh yeah,
and that's what gets people. I think that's the thing too, right? At least at this expo, people who didn't know about us, you can't miss the banners.
Right.
You cannot. We didn't have the tower this time around because I think our space was slightly smaller than last time.
Right.
And
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't always take the tower.
Yeah, the tower. Yeah, exactly. You got to have a good crew with you too for the tower because it needs. You need at least 3 to 4 people to set that thing up.
I'm 5'6". I can tell you, I was at a disadvantage trying to reach. But I mean, I don't think there's a single person that can just walk by and not like at least see like, what's this all about?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and the backdrop looks fantastic. I swear he got new ones.
I don't know. He might have.
I don't know.
When you were sending those pictures and putting them online.
Tim was looking at the background.
I shit you not. Hell yeah, I was. I was looking at the wall and I was like, man, I swear I see like a new one in there, 1 or 2 new ones that I hadn't seen before, unless I'm just crazy.
He didn't say anything about it, so I don't know. I'd have to ask.
Because is it usually just 5 panels still?
Yeah, that's usually what we do with the big one in the center.
Yeah, how many did you have at Maryland?
It's definitely more than 5.
Yeah, so there are new ones.
We had it wrapped around the other wall.
Oh, neat.
So we had it at a...
Maybe he just set up more than what we usually set up.
Okay, so maybe that's why you guys... Oh, so you guys don't set up that many panels. I see.
It depends on the show. Again, yeah. Because like the South Carolina one that we did, I believe last year, we had a very small spot, so we only put up I think like 3 banners total. So it depends with the space and all that.
Space, yeah.
Granted, now that there's product, there's always probably going to be a big space that we have.
I will say
So,
my advice is keep your product at the opposite end of the cash register. Don't put them on the same side. That will cause issues. So,
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that was one thing that I, just didn't think about. But yeah, keep
Nice.
them at opposite ends.
Right on.
There's
Well,
too many
So-
people like just hanging out at the product side, which is like right there by the cash register. And
Yeah,
they're just like looking
I can
and
see that.
looking
Mhm.
and getting more and more. And I was like, oh crap. I think this is probably should have done it. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Don't worry. I was keeping an eye on the shadow slate. I was making sure no one was walking away with anything.
We have no doubts about that.
Mm-hmm.
None.
Mm-hmm.
You did exactly what any of us would have done, to be honest.
It's
I
true.
think
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
we all-
I think
yeah,
that's why
nothing
Rob was
different.
like, I want Chris because I can only take one guy that once. You know what I mean? Chris, I don't think Chris has any, does he?
Maybe if he
Chris?
does, like maybe one of each. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
collecting.
right. That's what I'm saying. But Chris isn't naturally. He's not normally a collector of toys.
Right. He did.
Chris likes.
He did get
yeah.
a Como. He got a Como.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
He
So,
loves the Como.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right on. I can't wait to tease him about that one. So, no,
Right.
that's cool. I'm glad that you had a good time. So, yeah, again, as this airs, people are already filling their orders for the in-stock sale. Obviously, there's no point. We have the date running, but again, for anyone that catches this on Saturday or after, the in-stock sale for Wave 1 is live. It went live June 14th at savagecrucible.com, as you can see. And if you want the parts, weapons, accessories from MAFC, you can head on over to myactionfigurecustoms.com and pick those up as well. I really look forward to getting a Shadow Slate.
Me too.
Or 10.
And seeing what people customize with this new one too. Who knows, like what new color
Yeah,
stuff
well,
that you're doing with that,
Exactly. And I mean, I really hope that this MAFC stuff is successful, because exactly what Ren said, like, to get that head hook, in a solid color and then we could just paint ourselves. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
man, I want to do so much with those.
I can see so many other parts from Wave 2 that I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna want
Right.
more of those.
Right.
Oh my
and that's
God,
what I was
yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Like I think,
Yeah.
as Wave 2 comes out and
Wave 2 is
people are excited for that,
raising
like
the bar.
that's gonna be I think people are
It's
gonna go crazy for
raising
that.
the bar.
And then Wave 3 comes
Well,
out, it's gonna be more stuff, so it's
Yeah.
good time. It's a good time to be a savage.
Yes.
Indeed.
100%.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to add?
No, I was going to ask Ren a little bit more about Wave 2 and see what, like, I know
go ahead.
Nasorn's his
Ask him.
favorite.
Spill it, Ren. More. More. Give me
What
more.
about Woodman? What did you think of that? Now, what do you think of the body? Any changes that you've noticed, or how did that feel in your hands? Because I'm saying, like, you're used to, like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ren, but you're used to, like, the textured skin of the Lemurian.
Yeah.
So how was it, seeing, like, skin tone, like human skin, from the line?
I don't know if it's just my misperception, but it almost seemed like a little bit bigger, which is just filled in more the body. I don't know. I don't know if it's because now there is no texture, so everything's filled in with just human skin. So it gives the idea that they're just like a little bit more, not as lean perhaps as the Lemurians. I don't know if that's true or not. But I think from the very beginning, before we had the figures in hand, I was very doubtful of the type of, like, the joints, the way that the joints were being done. But when I got the Lemurian in hand, I was like, this looks beautiful. And now when I see Nasorn, when I saw him standing, and I was trying to get a close up just to like so people can understand how menacing he looks. Those knees and those elbows are just so seamless. Like it looks really nice. And I really, really wanted to pose him, but I knew that I couldn't because the guy would just fall apart. I would not fall apart, but it's a
a
model,
check
right?
model,
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
They
can't really
are they are
right.
kind of sensitive, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like I can just like bend this guy and do all this stuff. But yes, the human body looks
Nice.
perfect. Yes, I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the
Me neither.
stocks.
Yeah, right.
Between the two waves.
I can't wait to see the paint masters and the check models. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was checking out the pictures from shows and from prior to that too, and oh man, I
Man,
don't
the
even know what
face
to
sculpt
say
is
to it, too.
really nice. Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I forgot. Yes, the Jaeger head sculpt, the second one with the tied up hair.
Did he
say
say
Jigger?
Jaeger. I said Jaeger.
It's Jaeger.
Oh, Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Not
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
It's Jaeger. You could call him Jaeger if you want. We're gonna probably start calling you Jaeger though.
Yeah, right.
It's B1 Jaeger.
Oh, is that Jigger right there?
Hey, it's B1. Get over here, you old queen. Haven't seen you in ages.
The Jaeger. Man, have I been saying Jaeger? But it starts with a J. Okay. All right.
Whoa. Reel it back in there, buddy. You gotta go back to elementary, my friend. Wow.
Elementary.
There's a G. Yeah. It's
well, yeah, but you're right. Those extra
the second head sculpt.
Awesome,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, with the ponytail.
Yes.
And the little threads and stuff.
It looks
right.
It looks really nice. I may even have them like that without the hood. Yeah.
I need about 5 of those. So
yeah,
because all those alternate heads and looks, man. Of course, I can't wait for the graphic with Jaeger. So
yes,
I mean, we know that that's coming. We saw the image. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, that volume 2 is.
Oh yeah, that one, huh?
It's just incredible, remarkable stuff coming. Again, we may be a part of this, but man, it blows us away. It really does. I mean, we things that come across our desks. I mean, I couldn't be more proud to work side by side with all of these guys. I mean, just incredible people, extremely talented
too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well,
that's what made. I'm sorry to interrupt him, but I was going to say
no,
because it's not. Like you think of things as a business. You try to keep things, work relatable and this and that. But like these guys are so awesome, and it's such a great time hanging out with them too. So like it's great. I mean, it's a great crew to have or to be a part of for Savage Crucible. All the guys, I love every single one of them. So.
Absolutely. All right. We've kept Ren long enough. I can hear his family's home.
Yes, right.
Ren, thank you so much for coming on. We do really honestly appreciate everything that you do. We know B1. Definitely you have definitely earned B1 for sure. So
you guys
wear it proudly.
First and foremost, let me thank you guys. Thank you guys for taking me on. Because this is like the biggest honor, and I'm extremely grateful.
I mean, I told Stell not to feed you because it's like a puppy. I was like, we'll never get rid of him if you give him a little.
And I did the mistake of feeding him after 12 too, so it's like.
I say all sorts of things like Jaeger and articulated tails,
but we put up with you just like
we love you
the crew, just like the crew puts up with me. So. as you can see. We all have our quirks, and we all belong into the Crucible. So, with that said, thank you again, seriously, Ren, for
Yes,
coming
Ren.
on.
Thank you.
Stel, thank you for always being
Of course,
next
man.
to me through all of this stuff. I know we do so many of these together,
Oh, you
and
know
I
it.
really do love it. Um,
Always a
I
good
want
time.
to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. We do appreciate this, and we hope that you enjoy all the future content that's coming that we're working on. And we're going to end this episode with something very special. A huge thank you to the guys over at Savage Saturday. They were generous enough to send over an amazing clip of
Awesome.
all 4 weeks of everyone's amazing
Crazy.
photography.
Beautiful.
Thank you again, you guys. We have some treats definitely in the works coming with some other fans that are extremely talented. All of you guys, we appreciate you guys, really do.
Thank you,
So,
everyone.
with that said, we hope that we gave you a wonderful Saturday morning. Enjoy and take care. We'll see you next
On
time.
to the next one. Take care, everyone.